think it'll, oh, it just buzzed. Is that you? Yeah. Welcome to the wrap-up video for Manny and his 67 Chevy C10. And as I understand it, this truck has been in the family for a long time, so this is going to be a pretty special build for him. First and foremost, nice iris blue paint from Eye Candy Paint Works. So we did all the sheet metal work on this thing and gapped it and did the bed and under the hood and all that fun stuff. And then it goes over to Frank and his guys dial in the body work and dial in the gaps and make everything as perfect as we can make it for something that's going to get in and be driven around town. Truck sits on an airbagged GSI chassis, 22-inch billet specialties wheels, 8.5s up front and 12s in the rear. The bottom is, so both colors were actually picked out by Manny. The top we just call it iris blue, and the bottom's kind of just an off-white. It's not really a bright white, but it's still, I wouldn't call it a pearl white either. I wouldn't even call it an off-white. It's just a good white color, not crazy, not super bright. Works really well with the two-tone. Other than that, on the outside, we've got UP Auto lights all the way around, all LEDs. We've got some, I'm going to try to stay out of the shadows here. We've got some Ring Brothers mirrors. We've used these a few times, and we learned on the first one, if we put a little bend in them, you can see out of them a lot better. Manny's going to love me for this one, but the antenna. This was a big bone of contention. So when we got the truck from him, somebody had shaved the antenna, and he actually wanted it cut back in. He wanted the antenna, he wanted all the emblems, he wanted the wipers, he wanted the chrome trim on the windows, which is a really cool one on the rear. These 67 small back windows never came with a chrome trim option. So this is big back window trim that we've shrunk down and changed the radius and then put the corners back on and made it look like that's how it's supposed to be. It did not ever come from the factory like that. So for everybody that's watching the video, this is a custom made piece using the factory big window pieces. You can do it yourself if you got the skills and the time and the polishing abilities, but if you don't, then we're not gonna make one for you either, so don't ask. We got Marquet trim, so Marquet bedside trim. We've got the Ring Brothers door handles as well. Another big thing for Manny was the key locks. He wanted to keep those. So basically the outside of the truck is a very, like, I don't know what the right word is, like an updated factory look. Like if you look front and rear bumpers, these are just the bumpers you can buy from like Brothers or Holly. And they're a smoothie bumper, meaning it doesn't have the big license plate recess with the extra piece that bolts in. The front bumper doesn't have the license plate recess, or actually in the front it's kind of more of a bulge. But then to make them look a little bit more factory, these are supposed to be smoothies. So instead of just leaving them smoothie, we open up the holes for the factory bumper bolts. So it's just like an updated, classy version of the stock. Taillights have been pushed in. Again, these are the United Pacific taillights. So these are LED, they're sequential. The reverse lights are also LED. And basically we chopped up the buckets inside there and scooched them in so they're a little bit more flush looking. So just a modernized classic version of all the stock stuff. We'll go on the bed. So before we open it, factory tubs, we widened them, and then obviously we pancaked them a little bit, bead rolled all the side panels, welded everything here. He was big on wanting all this to be painted. In the back, we made a bolt-on piece to cover up like the factory tailgate area. But we did something different with the bead rolls. We made the bead rolls kind of go in and dive in because that's how the wheel tubs do it. So we kind of played off of the wheel tub. Even the wheel tub roll is a little bit more gradual than the bead rolls are. And then this wood is all stained. It's just hard to see the actual wood because this is the look that he wanted with the super high gloss and a gray wood. And then we'll show you in a minute when we open it up. But this also, the tailgate has one of our tailgate latch kits in it. And it also has the shock that allows it to drop nice and smooth. We have 2 cubbies, so you can throw your cleaning supplies back in there. You got charge ports on this side, and then we actually have an extra little thing. We've got little ports where you can just plug your battery tender right in. So rather than having to climb underneath the truck and get to the battery to plug in a tender, we put some remote ports right there. And then made this panel to clean up the tailgate. And it goes so easy. It's like somebody should make oh wait, we make those tailgate latch kits. If you want them, they're on our website. To go along with those, we have welded in the trick latches. The interior is kind of like the outside of the truck. Like the outside of the truck, other than being on the ground and big wheels and bare brakes and all that stuff, is like stock looking. It's stock appearing. It's just like an updated version of the paint color. It's the trim. It's a little bit tightened up bumper. So it's the same kind of thing on the inside. This door panel doesn't come all the way up. It doesn't go all the way down. It kind of follows the factory form. We've got this cool insert material that we used on the door panels and the seats. Kind of fits Manny to a T. It's got a little bit bling bling to it, but it's still a little classy. This is TMI's seats, but we reupholstered them. We had Dominic over at D-Bombs reupholster the seats. So these are real leather. And again, it's nothing crazy. It's just a nice gray leather, but then we've got the cool insert material there. Added a couple extra stitch lines in the seats just to clean them up, modernize them a little bit. Another Manny thing that he was really big on, which is cool, is he wanted the Chevrolet logo on the Billet Specialties steering wheel. So rather than just having the smooth cap like we normally would, he wanted the Chevy one on there. Continuing on with that whole upgraded stock theme, AC vents are in the stock location, but obviously they're the aftermarket Resto Mod ones. Dakota Digital gauges, silver face to go with kind of the look of the truck. The silver from Dakota Digital almost looks white, so that's why we chose those. Obviously all the normal stuff, so we've got low car brake pedal and throttle pedal, both in billet. We've got billet window cranks. We've got, to go along with the vents, we have the Resto Mod Air unit behind the glove box. We have a double DIN radio. We get asked about the double DIN radio a lot. If you're gonna drive something around, nowadays with the modern vehicles, they all have CarPlay. And once you get used to having CarPlay on your phone, it's kind of hard to get away from it, just to drive around, just to get directions. So we like to put them where you can see them easily. So the radio is a double DIN, and then that powers the stereo system, which we have JL subs behind the seat, and then we have Morel's 3-ways built into the kick panel. So we got a really tall kick panel there, lots of speakers in there, but that's the only location. So there and behind the seat. As far as switches in there, we kind of kept it same thing, mostly original. So your headlight switch, your wiper switch, everything's still there. It still functions like normal. Key still goes in like a normal key. And then where the AC controls would normally be slides, we did upgrade that to the Resto Mod ones. It's polished, kind of matches the vents, matches the steering wheel, matches the window cranks. And then just like we do on all the builds, precision replacement products for the weather seals, the door seals, the swipes, the wing window rebuilds, everything, back glass, front glass, all those seals, everything's precision on this. And then we can press the button and open up the rear. This is a set of the LS Fab hinges with the Dakota Digital actuators that we sell on our website. And the nice thing about it is, if you're familiar with like the air systems, like an AccuAir, you just get in, you press button 2, and you can drive away. So this has 3 presets. It's got an all the way down, an all the way up, and somewhere in the middle, and you can program those wherever you want them. And like you saw, we just press the button, walk back here. You need to fill up gas. You don't have to wait, you don't have to sit there and press the button. It'll kind of go up to your predetermined height and call it a day. But under here you can see we've got our AccuAir 5-gallon VT tank, so valves built into the tank, less chances for leaks. We've got 2 Viair 425 compressors. We like using the 425s rather than the bigger ones. These things are still going to fill this tank plenty fast, and they're a lot quieter. And then we've got our AccuAir ECU, E-level ECU, right there in the middle. This thing has E-level. Everything that we build will have E-level or some sort of leveling system on it. It's just the way to go these days. Air systems have come so far. Get in, press a button, drive away. We built a cover for the gas tank. Since this thing is an LS7 with a big gnarly Whipple supercharger on it, we wanted to make sure we had enough fuel for it. So we have a twin pump. So this is a dual Phantom 340 in tank from Aeromotive. But with that, there's a lot of plumbing, and we like to hide plumbing. So We built a quick little cover for this, powder coated it with the chassis, which was all done by Pack Coast powder, just like pretty much all the builds that we do are done by Pack Coast. And then what else we got on here? We've got Borla exhaust. You can see a little bit of up front. Manny wanted to go full polish on this, so we've got all the exhaust is polished. We've got our X pipe back here where it's kind of cool and visual. And then we always like to get the mufflers in the rear corner, so you can't really see those. Ride-Tech shocks, spare brakes. Again, just like 90% of our builds, you look back here and you don't see wiring, you don't see plumbing, you don't see hardly anything. All right, so first thing you'll notice is how nice the hood opens. We have a trick latch under here too, so they make these for the 67s now and 68s. I think my truck was a 69. That was the first time we used one, but they work really nice. Anyway, big picture under here. This is a bone stock LS7 crate engine. So as far as take away the supercharger down, inside the engine is stock. Stock cam, stock crank, stock pistons, everything inside the engine is stock LS7 crank, or stock LS7 crate. On top of that, we threw this big Whipple supercharger, and then we did some stuff to dress it up. So obviously, like the Holley valve covers conceal the coils. We built our own intake for it. We made all the sheet metal under here. We made ourselves in-house, in shop. I hate in-house. Like, we're not doing this at our house. It's done at the shop. But the firewall is all done. Inner fenders were all built. And then we built this panel up front, which is really cool because you can pop these. I don't want to do it by myself. I usually like to have two people do it, but you can pop these little, I'll show you one corner. So you pop that and you can just lift up. And then you push it back down and it clicks. So if you have two people, you have one person on each side, you can just pull that off with no tools. You can get to your radiator cap, you can get to your heat exchanger reservoir, you get to your power steering reservoir. Basically, we hit a whole bunch of stuff underneath this panel, knowing that we were gonna make it to where it just lifted right up. We've done these before where you like had hidden bolts underneath and they're a pain. This is a way easier way to go for what we like is serviceability. So kind of our standard, the ABS Power Master Cylinder. If you've never watched one of our videos, we use those a ton. That is an electric over hydraulic master cylinder. So basically what it does, it gets rid of the big 7 to 12 inch vacuum booster that you would normally have behind the master, especially with an engine that doesn't make a ton of vacuum. So it gets rid of all that. It moves a motor, which on this one we have mounted up front, that stores energy in a hydraulic accumulator, and that's what gives you your power brakes. So this is not a manual brake setup. We get asked that all the time. This is not manual, this is power, and it's just electronically assisted booster. So we got a Wagner front drive on here, kind of the most popular one for a supercharged engine. There's some more people making them now, but we've had really good luck with the Wagners. And then everything under here was painted by Candy and those guys over there. So in Manny fashion, we have all the Chevrolet logos, we have all the emblems, we have all the chrome. And again, shot's nice. We'll keep this one short and sweet. Killer truck, it's right before Christmas. We're not totally done shaking it down, but Manny's got some people coming over Christmas, some family that wants to see the truck. So we're gonna send this home this week, let him admire it for a little bit, and then we'll get it back, do some more test miles on it, make sure everything's good. Let's go drive it around a little bit.